right, welcome everybody to the very first episode of the Film Room on the new channel. Appreciate you guys jumping in here with me. Just do me a quick favor, please. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. If you like the video, drop a comment for me. That would all help me out a lot. Excited to get into this one with you guys. Patrick Peterson, 2-year, $14 million contract. We're going to break down all 5 of his interceptions from last season. 15 pass deflections, 5 picks, kind of a career revival type of season for Pat Pete. So just real quick, not going to get too in-depth with this breakdown, but I do want to give you all some background information just on Ed Donatel, the defensive coordinator that he's playing under in Minnesota on this season. He's from the Vic Fangio tree. This Vikings defense is a 2-high shell structured defense, one of the heavier quarter, half, cover 6, however you guys want to talk about it. Teams in the NFL, they play lots of off coverage, zone match. They rotate late into some cover 1, cover 3 looks as well. So without further ado, let's go to the first clip against the Dolphins. I believe this is week 6 against Miami. This is late in the fourth quarter. This is quads coverage. This is just what they call their quarters looks in sub package personnel. You get a motion over here, trips. Peterson's just bailing out, undercuts the play, easy interception. So this is kind of what Miami's trying to do on this one. They get this motion. They're running a flood concept. So this outside number 1 receiver, Peterson, he's responsible if he goes vertical. Does a good job staying on top of this. He's just running basically a clear out route. And then you get this switch release. You're going to get a sail route from this, I guess now number 2 wide receiver, and then a return route underneath. Bridgewater is basically just trying to high-low this defender that's directly in front of him right now, this slot defender. You can see as soon as he hits the back of his drop, his arm starts coming forward because he's expecting Peterson to stay on top of that go route, and he thinks that there's going to be a wide open void there. But Peterson does a good job. As soon as he flips his hips and starts running, to stay on top of this vertical route, he's got his eyes on the quarterback. So as soon as he sees Bridgewater's arm kind of go backwards, he just kind of plants, drives, and, he's there so early he can kind of jump and get that interception quite easily. So nice little celebration, but, good job undercutting that route. Good football IQ. That's really a theme of Peterson's film. You just notice how smart he is. I mean, he's been doing it at such a high level. He used to follow number 1 receivers when he was in Arizona. Just so much experience, and it just pays off time and time again on film. So next rep, I think this is week 10 in Buffalo, one of the most exciting games we had last year in the NFL, and Peterson played a huge role in this win for the Vikes. This is in the fourth quarter, earlier in the fourth quarter as well. Buffalo, this is 4th and 2, is going to kind of get this short motion to Gabe Davis. They're running a mesh concept. On defense, the Vikes are just trying to basically pass off under all these underneath crossers. They're trying to create rubs. So they're just trying to pass all these guys off. As far as Peterson, he's playing outside leverage, and he's going to end up covering Isaiah McKenzie. What he does really well here on this play is, he's maintaining that outside leverage, but as soon as he gets his feet in the end zone, he knows he needs to settle his feet because he doesn't have to continue to get depth because, it's not like McKenzie's going to go blow by you. There's only so much ground left to cover on the play. So really like how he's just confident, understands as soon as he gets his feet in the end zone, settle his feet, he's going to drive on this speed out. Allen's not really reading this side. He's reading these crossers, the mesh concept. But, he's in really good position here. He's going to drive that hip. He starts looking for the ball. These receivers are taught on these out routes in the low red zone area to work towards the pylon. But once you kind of get there, you need to shift upfield and then work your way back to the quarterback in the scramble drill. So unfortunately, the angle kind of cuts off a little bit for us here, but Peterson does a good job plastering his receiver, which you kind of see when the camera kind of cuts back. He's absolutely on top of McKenzie. And he's actually going to use his momentum, which is already kind of going out of bounds. He's going to say, all right, you want to go out of bounds? That's cool. You can't catch the ball from out there. Instead of just saying, all right, my guy's, dead on the play, what can I do here the rest of the rep? He kind of just starts getting his eyes on Josh Allen, starts reading it. Allen's a playmaker. He knows he's not going to give up on this play. So kind of just reads this, works his way back into the play, undercuts the route. mean, that's a huge swing right there. It's 4th and 2. They're on the verge of scoring, a potential touchdown. You get a pick in the red zone. Awesome rep for him. This game goes into overtime, and this is actually my favorite rep that I've seen on tape, period. But this is just awesome, awesome, awesome play from him. Minnesota's going to be in quarters coverage right here. So Peterson has outside leverage. He's playing about 7-8 yards off. This is one thing I love about Pat Pete, too. Going to get this motion. He's always talking before the play. He's almost telling, like he knows exactly what's concept is coming here. He's telling Harrison Smith, this is coming, this is coming. Watch this, watch this. Gabe Davis is going to burst up field, break inside. Peterson's going to file that low hip, undercut the ball. This ends up sealing the game for Minnesota. So let's go over a little bit concept-wise. So Minnesota, like I said, quarters coverage. Buffalo's going to shift into a 2-by-2 look. One of the most popular – Minnesota loves to play quarters in the red zone, but one of the most popular quarters beaters, especially in the red zone, is double post. And the reason why is because you get these 2-by-2 looks, and these receivers and this tight end, they're going to have inside leverage already established on these defensive backs. So, a post route, if you already have natural inside leverage and you're running a post, that's a pretty good thing for the quarterback. That's exactly what they want. This tight end, this is called a laser concept, I believe is what Peterson referred to this specific version of on his podcast a while back. But, you can see this inside receiver right here. He's just trying to clear out this safety, this Harrison Smith right here, which is basically going to leave, Gabe Davis on this post, and he's got that inside leverage. And Peterson just does a great job undercutting this interception ball game. So that's films. He said, he credited his film study as well. Like he knew that Gabe Davis was all in breakers. So even though he had that split, he's not really necessarily worried about him going outside. He knew to expect, digs, posts, or verticals, and occasional glances off RPOs. So just good film study from him. That's just being a vet, experience, ball skills. You'd love to see that. Next play, I think this is week 16 against the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be what's called a burner concept. So this is a play action, like max protection shot play. They get into these tight splits from the receivers. Daniel Jones, play action. He's looking to go deep here. But just back to Peterson, again, 7 yards off, outside leverage. They're in middle field close this time. So a little bit different of a look pre-snap. But this is just going to turn into man-to-man. Peterson, again, undercuts the route, gets out of bounds. One thing that I really like here, too, just from what the Giants are trying to do, they're trying to basically read off of this post safety right here. And what this does, you have this clear out route from the bottom. The safety either has a choice. He's got to stay on top of this clear out route, or he's got to slice or cut the over route. But again, this is a concept designed to beat cover 1 or cover 3, any of those middle field closed safety or middle field closed coverage looks really easily. So, because Peterson's playing outside leverage, you think over route, this is a lot of ground for any corner to cover, especially one that's, 32 years old. Isaiah Hodgins, not exactly a speedster, but I definitely like how he was able to, drive on the football, drive on that low hip, and then come away with the interception. So that's a really good rep, especially on a concept that's designed to beat the coverage that he's playing. So that's back-to-back reps where, the offense probably pre-snap definitely thinks that they have the advantage, but he comes away with an interception instead. This is the last one right here that we're going to break down. This is just honestly a miscommunication against the Bears. This is the regular season finale. The Bears are playing Tim Boyle at quarterback, but, Peterson, again, going up against Chase Claypool, another tight split. This one's going to play out like man-to-man. You see him low in his pedal, barely picking his feet up off the ground. This is 3rd and 7, too, so he's kind of cheating a little bit on a break at the sticks. A little bit of a miscommunication here. If it's mirrored routes, Claypool's the one that's in the wrong because, Darnell Mooney on the other side of the field is running a go route. That's clearly what Boyle was thinking here, too. But one thing I like, too, about Peterson's rep here, he just kind of settles, does a good job fighting to stay on top of the route. So even if this is, a go route, he's doing a good job staying on top of it. and just he kind of exaggerates a little bit that push off from Claypool, which little gamesmanship, nothing wrong with it. But it actually helps him because it puts him in perfect position to basically catch a punt from Boyle. So overall, man, looking forward to diving into more of Peterson's tape. If you guys stayed through the whole video, I really appreciate you all. Again, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment. Really looking forward to getting into more of Peterson's film. I'm like a game or two full reps in right now, and I'm interested to say the least. Peterson's football IQ, the experience, definitely shine through. He's a really, really smart player, and like he's just so instinctual, anticipates route concepts really well. And that's why he had a career year in that zone heavy scheme in Minnesota. I'm interested to see how that's going to translate to Pittsburgh, who played a lot more press, a lot more man coverage last season, definitely a lot more than Minnesota played. I'm interested to see how he does in a defense like that at this stage of his career. But he still very clearly has, some gas left in the tank and can be a top 3 corner on a good defense. And I firmly believe that, at least from what I've seen so far. So excited to get to more breakdowns. I may do another Peterson breakdown. Who knows? We'll maybe break down a full game or something like that later in the week when I get some free time. But again, appreciate you guys jumping on here with me, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.